Have you ever felt stuck in your spiritual journey, like there's an invisible barrier keeping you from moving forward? You're not alone, and the reason might be simpler than you think. Spiritual growth is a journey that requires dedication, patience, and self-awareness. But despite our best efforts, we may find ourselves facing obstacles that hinder our progress. Today, we're going to explore 7 key factors that can hold us back from achieving spiritual growth, and more importantly, what we can do to overcome them. These obstacles can be subtle, yet powerful enough to stall our spiritual development. By acknowledging and addressing them, we can break free from the patterns that hold us back and unlock our full potential. So, let's dive in and explore these 7 factors that can hinder our spiritual growth. Attempting energetic shielding methods without first creating a stable foundation in the emotional and mental bodies is a common mistake many of us make. We try to protect ourselves from negative energies, but we neglect to address the underlying issues that make us vulnerable in the first place. This is like trying to build a castle on shaky ground. When we focus solely on shielding ourselves from external energies, we may feel temporary relief, but we're not addressing the root cause of our vulnerability. We need to develop a strong foundation in our emotional and mental bodies before we can truly shield ourselves from negative energies. This requires self-reflection, journaling, and a willingness to confront our deepest fears and insecurities. By ignoring the emotional and mental bodies, we may find ourselves stuck in a cycle of fear and negativity, making it difficult to move forward in our spiritual journey. We need to acknowledge the importance of creating a stable foundation within ourselves before we can truly expand our consciousness. The first step in overcoming this obstacle is to acknowledge our vulnerabilities and take responsibility for our own emotional and mental well-being. This means being honest with ourselves, confronting our fears, and taking small steps towards self-healing. Cord cutting is a powerful spiritual practice that can help us release toxic relationships and energies. However, when performed as a purely external activity, it can become superficial and ineffective. Many of us get caught up in the idea of cord cutting as a quick fix without truly understanding the underlying dynamics of our relationships. We may cut cords with others, but we neglect to address the internal patterns and beliefs that attract these toxic relationships in the first place. When we cut cords without doing the inner work, we may feel temporary relief, but the underlying patterns and beliefs remain unchanged. This means we'll continue to attract the same toxic relationships and energies, stalling our spiritual growth. To truly benefit from cord cutting, we need to combine it with inner reflection and self-awareness. We need to explore why we attract certain relationships, what we can learn from them, and how we can integrate those lessons into our lives. When we approach cord cutting as a holistic practice, we can break free from toxic patterns and relationships, allowing us to move forward in our spiritual journey. Today, many spiritual seekers focus on how to protect themselves from other people's detrimental energy and activities. While this is important, we often overlook the impact of our own detrimental thoughts, emotions, energies, and activities on others. We may think we're being spiritual by shielding ourselves from negativity, but we're actually perpetuating a cycle of separation and disconnection. We need to acknowledge that our own thoughts, emotions, and energies have an impact on the world around us. When we focus solely on protecting ourselves, we neglect to recognize the harm we may be causing others. This creates a sense of disconnection and separation, making it difficult to move forward in our spiritual journey. To overcome this obstacle, we need to recognize the interconnectedness of all beings. We need to acknowledge that our thoughts, emotions, and energies have an impact on the world around us and take responsibility for our actions. One of the biggest obstacles to spiritual growth is not undertaking sufficient core spiritual practices to create needed advancement in spiritual structure. Many of us get caught up in New Age fads and trends, neglecting the fundamental practices that can help us grow. We may attend workshops, read spiritual books, and try out new techniques, but we forget to establish a consistent practice that can help us deepen our connection with ourselves and the universe. This lack of foundation can leave us feeling ungrounded and unclear about our direction. When we don't prioritize core spiritual practices, we may feel like we're moving forward, but we're actually stalled. We need to establish a daily practice that can help us cultivate self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and spiritual connection. By committing to a regular practice, we can create a strong foundation for our spiritual growth, allowing us to move forward with confidence and clarity. When we perform spiritual practices without clearing energetic toxins from our energy field first, we may sabotage our efforts. Energetic toxins can come from a variety of sources, including environmental pollutants, negative thoughts, and emotional baggage. When we neglect to clear these toxins, they can interfere with our spiritual practices, making it difficult to connect with our inner selves and the universe. This can lead to feelings of frustration, anxiety, and disconnection. To overcome this obstacle, we need to prioritize energy clearings and protections before engaging in spiritual practices. This can include techniques like meditation, visualization, and smudging. By clearing our energy field, we can create a clean slate for our spiritual practices, allowing us to connect with our inner selves and the universe on a deeper level. Having a diet of toxins can destabilize our mind, emotions, and energy field, making it difficult to move forward in our spiritual journey. Toxins can come in the form of sugar, caffeine, alcohol, pharmaceuticals, and other substances that can alter our consciousness. When we consume toxins, we may feel temporary highs or relief, but we're actually sabotaging our spiritual growth. Toxins can disrupt our spiritual connection, making it difficult to access higher states of consciousness. To overcome this obstacle, we need to prioritize a healthy and balanced diet that can support our spiritual growth. This means being mindful of the substances we put into our bodies and choosing options that can nourish our. When we delay spiritual practices, we may feel like we're avoiding discomfort or pain, but we're actually stalling our growth. Procrastination can take many forms, including putting off meditation, delaying energy clearings, or avoiding self-reflection. When we procrastinate, we're sending a message to the universe that we're not ready to grow or evolve. To overcome this obstacle, we need to acknowledge our resistance and take action. We need to commit to a regular practice that can help us grow, even if it's uncomfortable or challenging. By facing our fears and taking action, we can break free from procrastination and unlock our full potential. In today's video, we explored 7 key factors that can hold us back from achieving spiritual growth. From attempting energetic shielding methods without a stable foundation to procrastination, we discussed the common obstacles that can stall our progress. To overcome these obstacles, we need to acknowledge their presence in our lives and take action. We need to prioritize self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and spiritual connection, and commit to a regular practice that can help us grow. Remember, spiritual growth is a journey, not a destination. It requires patience, dedication, and self-awareness. By addressing these obstacles, we can break free from the patterns that hold us back and unlock our full potential. We'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What obstacles have you faced in your spiritual journey? How have you overcome them? Share your stories and experiences with us, and don't forget to subscribe if you find this helpful. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.